And I want to invite us to think about not just negotiating the structures and containers that we already have, but these containers are shifting. The movement of people in the world is shifting. The demographics in the world is shifting. And it's going to shift the way we think about things. And how it shifts, we can't control, but we certainly can influence. We influence it better if we're aware of that and if we can imagine something different.
So I'm here for the Democracy and Belonging Forum retreat, and it has been a whirlwind of conversations, network building, and ways in which I can actually apply all this knowledge to my own organization.
We're here in Europe with this really remarkable cross-sectoral collection of folks in civil society, researchers, communicators, bridgers. It is so rare in our lifetimes to be in the same room together. There is so much learning and sharing that's happening. And crucial for the emergence and growth of this network is the relationships we form with each other.
To really be in connection with one another, to network with each other, to deepen their understanding of belonging and their commitment to belonging and connection.
What inspires me the most in the retreat is hope and encountering people who are very honest and very present and not ego-oriented and kind of selfless. That's really inspiring.
What I think is kind of unique about this retreat here is this nice balance between American perspectives and European perspectives that can discuss with each other. Because I'm part of the EU bubble, Brussels bubble, of course we talk a lot about the different experiences in different European countries. And here it's nice to really be able to discuss the differences between what does race mean in the US, what does it mean, what does migration mean in Europe, and where are the comparable points and where are the differences.
Yeah, so it was 2 very intense, lovely days together with, in a way, very heterogeneous group from many different origins, countries, and at the same time, I guess, very homogeneous because somehow we were very unified through the worldview, and I think everyone interested in, how can you bridge, how can you belong.
My main takeaway from the last 2 days has been the fact that there's a need and there's also a space for people to engage and talk about belonging in Hungary. And there's a safe space and there's much support within the community to do so. And I think it's a conversation we should all be having.
One thing that I really found as a takeaway for this is the experiential knowledge that each member of this network has, and bringing all that knowledge and applying that to the difficulties, the challenges, and the strengths that I have in my own organization to really find new ways in order for us to bridge in the work that we do in building and unifying across social, cultural, and political differences.
I'm actually very grateful that I could be here. I've learned a lot of things, and more than that, I've also felt a lot of things. I've learned a lot also in terms of not only about othering and belonging, but also how to bring together people, how to create an atmosphere in which they feel safe, in which they feel that they can show their vulnerability to each other.
So this question of bringing our head, our hearts into this work is actually really, really essential. We come because we care about these issues deeply. We stay for the relationships. We are able to make really extraordinary things happen in the world because we are dedicated to these relationships. So there's a lot of joy in the room, and I think that is really the special sauce of doing work at the Institute.
The retreat for me has been deeply energizing, I would say. We spent months planning this, and I spent months and months meeting with different people and learning about all kinds of work happening in Europe and the US around belonging and depolarization, and seeing all these diverse people from different backgrounds working on different issues, representing different countries, come together and engage with each other has given me even more energy to do the work that needs to be done.